Good evening, guys. Welcome back. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's a new scam that's going around, but it's the first time it's ever happened to me. I've been scammed quite a few times on eBay over the years, but this to me is brand new. So I thought I'd do a video just to make you guys aware in case it happens to you. Right, where do I start? Right, one seller on eBay. I ordered 2 games, PS4. Now these PS4, it's Fatal Frame. That one's Mask of the Lunar Eclipse, and then that one is Maiden of Blackwater, Fatal Frame. Now the thing with these guys is these are quite rare. In fact, very rare, because these are the English. Both of them have got the English text. Nearly every copy you see is Japanese. So these with the English text are rare. Now, I came across these. I'm going to say these for now, these 2, because there is a bit of a twist in what I'm going to tell you. I'm scanning through eBay, going through eBay, scanning through, and I come across these 2 games from one seller. Now, I'm thinking, for the 2, it worked out. He was selling them separate, obviously, and it worked out. If I bought them both separate, it was going to cost me I think it was something like 120 quid. So I messaged him. I says, I'll give you £100 for the both. Sell me them both and I'll give you £100. Which meant 50 quid each instead of 60 quid each, so £20 knocked off to have them both. They're both brand new and sealed. You can see, obviously, both of them, they've never been opened. And like I say, they're rare because they're English. So anyway, a couple of hours went by, he texts me, he says, yes. He says, what I'll do, I'll put them both, I'll adjust the listing and list them both. So I managed to get them for £100. A few days later, well, it took nearly a week to be fair, an envelope come through the door. And I was a bit suspicious because that's all I'd ordered, them 2 games from the same seller. So I expected them to both come in together in a box. I'm going to show you the address. Even though I've crossed it out, this is a normal envelope. And these 2 games, guys, will not fit in. Without ripping this envelope, guys, they're not going in there. They will not fit. Those 2 games together will not fit in that flimsy envelope. So I opened the envelope and all that was in it, I can't remember which one of these it was, but there was only one in the envelope, which fits just about comfortable. You're never going to get 2 of them in there, guys. That's virtually impossible. That was a tight fit. So anyway, I pulls it out and I'm thinking, both from the same seller, and they sent one in one envelope. Bearing in mind, when they sent them, I realised I went on eBay and both of them that was posted to me had the same tracking number. So one tracking number covered both of them. And I'm like, no. So I messaged him. I said, mate, I says, I brought both games. I expected them both to come at the same time. And you've put one tracking number to cover both games. I said, but I've only received one in a single envelope. He messaged me back saying, that don't make sense because I sent them both. And I'm like, no. So, right, what I did, I got in touch with eBay. Speaking to a really nice guy on eBay. I explained the situation about I bought them both from the same seller. I expected them both to come out at the same time, but I got one in a single envelope. He says, have you got the envelope? I said, yeah. He says, right. He says, show us the label on the front of the envelope which that game came in. Because when you go on eBay to leave feedback, you can go to if you scroll down, there's a part where you can put photos in. So I put a photo in of the game. I'm going to say that one. I put a photo in of that game, and I put the photo in of that envelope. Obviously, the other way around with my address, and there's codes on it. There's eBay. They know. It was a printed label. So anyway, and I said to him, I says, there's no way these two games could have fitted in that envelope. So they said, basically, leave it with us. It was about 2 days went by. I got a message from the seller. And the message said something about, trust me, mate, I sent them both at the same time in that same in an envelope. And I'm thinking, you know where this is going, guys. So I said to him, I goes, you've obviously received the photo that I sent. I sent you a message with a photo showing you the envelope that you sent me with one game in it. I didn't say after I sent that message to him, I didn't hear anything, and he didn't message me. He didn't message back. And then it was about 2-3 days later, I get a message from eBay saying the seller is, what did they call it? Oh, what's the word? The seller is technically, he's debating. He's saying he sent both games. So I'm like, no. Now, don't forget, bearing in mind, I've already paid. He's already had the payment. So I'm thinking I need my money back for at least one of these games. Because I've only received one instead of two. But because he's craftily sent both games under one tracking number, eBay think I've received both because it's one tracking number. Obviously, if it was separate tracking numbers for each game, there's a difference because no tracking numbers are the same. But two games under one tracking number, eBay's like, oh, hang on, let's have a look at this. Yeah, he must have received them both because the tracking number says delivered. It did say delivered under both games on my listing. It was a green tick, delivered, and I'm thinking, no. But obviously, the guy on eBay, he's seen the envelope. He knows, I even messaged the guy who I brought him from saying, I've been doing eBay for years, and I've been doing eBay for years, guys. If somebody brought two games off me, I would not put, they don't fit in that envelope. Those two games together do not fit in that envelope. I'd have put both games in a parcel-sized box, probably just maybe big enough or a little bit bigger to fit for your letterbox, with a tracking number, So there's a knock on the door, you got to sign for it or whatever. But no, so I immediately thought this is a scam. So anyway, yeah, I left it with eBay, and then eBay came back to me about 3 days later after that. So obviously a week's gone by at this point. Says, right, we've looked at the photo that you sent us, and we've looked at all the back and forth. Because obviously, if you messaging the seller and he's messaging you back, eBay can see all this. They can look at it. So yeah, he says, right. He says we've looked at all that we need to see. He says, and we're satisfied that I have only received the one game. Yeah. So I'm thinking, yeah, I've won. Yeah, which I did. I won. I've only received one game. So then I get basically they sent me. I literally had then an opportunity because it was both under the same tracking number. I had the opportunity then to send the game that I'd already got back to the seller and to claim a full refund, which would have been £100. So then I'm having to sort out, well, I want to keep the one game you sent, so I want a part refund. I want £50 back. So I'm on the phone with this eBay man, and I'm explaining it all to him. I says, look, one game, the game you sent, I'm satisfied. I says, but obviously I ordered both games, should have been £100. So all I want is £50 refund. So he's like, yeah. So anyway, it was a day after that, I got a message from the seller saying, you will not get any sort of refund. Send the game back that I've sent you, and it will all be cancelled and called quits. And I'm like, no, don't work like that, mate. So I send a message saying, don't work like that. It's in the hands of eBay now. I says, they know the situation. They know everything what's going off. So it's in their hands. Whatever decision they make now, if eBay say to me, send him that game back, what you've already received, and everything will be cancelled and everything's resulted, I'll do that. You know, I've got no qualms. So anyway, it was going on and on and on and on. I was like, this guy is obviously a scammer. He's trying to scam. So anyway, in the end, eBay agreed with me saying, keep the game. We're going to issue a £50 refund, and then they will then take that refund from the seller. So case closed. They issued £50 refund because that's why I had agreed with. So I got to keep the game and I got £50 back. I'm happy. I don't care. I then get a message from the seller saying, who's the real scammer? You had both games and you got a £50 refund. And he sent me an emoji of clapping hands saying, yeah. All right, guys, bearing in mind, these games are rare. These ones with the English text on the back, these are rare. So anyway, I was like, yeah, whatever. Anyway, a few days went by, I got my refund. I'm all happy, everything's done. So I left it a good week or so, and I went on eBay. And I typed in Fatal Frame, whichever game it was, because I can't remember out of the two which one I received and the one I didn't at the time. So I only received one of them. I'll get to the other one in a bit. That's another part of the story. So anyway, a week went by. I thought, let's go on eBay and have a look, because I do want the other one. I'm thinking at the time, I do want the other one because there's two of them. So I typed in, went on PS4 Fatal Frame. The same guy that sold me the one on its own and not the two, it put the other one that I should have received back online for sale for 69 quid. I'm like, come on. I'm like, hey, I guess. So I messaged him. I swear to God. I messaged him saying, "Hi, it's me again. I'm the guy that brought the first one from you. Where you should, I brought 2 games. You should. We've had this argument on eBay, and I've noticed you've put this one up as a relisted item. Anyway, didn't turn out for it was a good few hours. Then I got a message, and it was the guy saying, "Oh, mate, yeah, many apologies. It came back to me through the post." And I'm like, oh. So I'm thinking, because he said that, I can't, because my idea was complain to eBay and make them aware that he's reposted this game that I should have received back online, which was obviously a part of the con. And I'm thinking, now he's covered himself, which he has. He's then covered himself by saying it came back to me through the post, so obviously you didn't receive it, you got a refund, I've got it back, and I've relisted it. And I'm thinking, you knob. And I said that to him. I goes, look, I says, right now, yeah, I get it. Now it's working in your favour because you've been able to relist it. And so at the end of the day, so beware that sort of scam, guys. You buy from one seller 2 games, but you only send one, and they both got the same tracking number. When it gets delivered, that tracking number then, on both of them games, will say delivered, delivered. So it'll be on your list, delivered, delivered, but you've only received one. And yet the second one will say delivered because of the same tracking number. So beware of that. And I think that's what he was playing on. He thought he could get me, but so I sent, in the end, I sent him a message saying, well done, good luck with your scammings. I know you're a scammer. Right, yeah, anyway, there's another video which I'm going to do in probably a few days' time. Not so much, yeah, it is a bit of a scam. But anyway, I just want everybody who does eBay to have an heads up on what's gone off here with these games. You're probably wondering now why I've got both of them, which I have. I've got both games, and they're both English, they're both proper. What it was, because I typed in Fatal Frame, I started scrolling down, and somebody else had one, a different seller, totally different seller. He was selling one. I think he wanted £59 for it. So clicked on it, thought, I'm having it, because no word of lie, guys, these are going to get rare and scarce. I'm telling you now, the English, Japanese ones all day long. You scroll down, but make sure that you get in the English, the ones with the English text, because the Japanese ones, they're everywhere. They're kind of limited with the English text on the back. And I found one, I think it was asking, was it 69 quid? So I clicked on and I bought it. I thought, yeah, because I need it anyway. So then I've got both of them, because there's only them 2, there's not a third one. And I thought, yeah, I love that. So yeah, so that's how I've got both, but I got scammed with one and I won, got my £50 back. So technically, because I got £50 back, that one only cost me, well, it cost me 59 quid, but I got 50 back, so 19 quid to replace it, to get it back in my collection. Yeah. So I thought I'd do this video because I just want people to be aware of any scam situation that comes up on eBay, or any scam that comes up in life, I'm going to put it on YouTube, guys, because I think it's disgusting that people can. They don't give a shit about you. All they want is your money, and it's absolutely they'll do anything to get your money out of your pocket. It's disgusting. So yeah, I thought I'd highlight that. The other thing I want to say as well is the guy that sold me that game, because I don't sell often on eBay. I used to. I don't do it half as much now. Nowhere near as much as I used to. But every now and again, something will come up and I'll sell it. And yeah, so what I've done, I've blocked him, and I'll mention that in another video where how you can block somebody from buying from you, because you can block somebody from buying from you on eBay. You can block them, which means whether you're selling the item as a buy it now, or if or you're bidding, you know, you're auctioning it as bids, you can stop them from bidding on your item. As long as you know their username, you can stop them from bidding and buying. It blocks them, kicks them out. And I think in the next video that I do, because there is a couple of things I've written them down just so that I don't forget, because yeah, and I will explain how you do block somebody, and what did happen to me a while ago. I got into a massive conversation through email with this guy on eBay. I'm now quite good friends with him, to be honest. I think he's actually subscribed to my channel. Yeah, I think we must have sent hundreds of emails backwards and forth, but that's another video that I'm going to tell you guys. Yeah, I think it's just crazy. But I'm one of these where if I want to highlight it, I want to tell the world like about these scammers and these horrible people that walk among us that just want to rip you off, and it's disgusting. So yeah, that's the Fatal Frame saga, guys. So anybody interested in these, let me just show you these two Fatal Frame for the PS4, both English. Make sure you get the English ones unless in Asia, but these are now, the English ones especially, very rare, guys, getting rare, very obscure. And that was the reason I wanted them. And then the guy tried to rip me off. So, yeah. And the best part about it, this happened, well, the whole saga of this started about a month ago. And you know what? I'm keeping this. I'm not going to show you this side of it because this is the label and the address, and it had the eBay codes, which eBay was able to. Because you know, when it's a printed label, there's certain codes and numbers, and that's what they asked for when they asked for the envelope. So, have you got the envelope? And I went, yeah, but I put it in the bin, not realizing. So I thought, yeah. And he said to me, he says, get the envelope. If it's still there, get it out of the bin, take a photo, send us the photo of the label on the, he says, and we'll be able to sort it from there. Guys, it worked. It worked. And I made sure it was a nice, clear, close up. And yeah, and the guy was happy. Even in the phone call, he says, we've got all the information we need. We just need to get in touch with the seller, source out on his end. See, I don't know what he was telling them because they're not going to tell me what he was telling them, obviously for security reasons or whatever, I don't know. And I wasn't bothered what he was telling them. It was a scammer anyway. I just wish I could tell his username now. If I could get away with telling you guys his username, without any sort of backlash, I would drop him right in it. But, and as far as I'm aware, he's still selling on eBay. They've not kicked him off. They've not blocked him. I know that because I've checked since. Because you can find sellers, you know. You can find them if you want to, certain sellers. So, yeah, he's still selling on eBay. Whether he's sorted things out and learned the error of his ways, I don't know. I hope he has. You know, I'm all for a nice, peaceful, quiet life. I don't need all this crap. But I'm glad I've got both games now. And like I say, the second one that turned up, there was no problem whatsoever. I paid, it came through the door. In fact, that one on its own did come in a box that the postman had to knock, and it was tracked. Yeah, I was well happy, and he got full feedback. The one that ripped me off, he got a negative. I did tell him this. I says, even though I got the game, one of the games, you're going to get a negative. And yeah. So yeah, he got a full negative for that because there was no need. The guy was just... anyway, guys, that is it. That's my eBay thing. I just wanted you guys to get an heads up. Like I said earlier, any scam that comes up on eBay, because I'm always eBay. I buy off eBay. Sometimes I sell on eBay. So any sort of scam, you lot will know about it because I'll put it out there just so you got an heads up. I don't want you guys getting ripped off, you know, in any way. So always be careful. If somebody puts two things on one tracking number and you only receive the one, keep the packaging and keep obviously the label. Get in touch with eBay, send them the photo of the label, and they will deal with it from there. Yeah, and keep an eye out on the set. Like I said, this is the same scammer relisted the game that I should have received, trying to sell it again. Dirty git. Anyway, guys, that is it. I'm done, and I'll see you in the bits. Bye for now.